So for you, instead of talking about like how to make a reel, maybe it's how to make a reel as a CEO of an XYZ software company who doesn't have time to right? All these modifiers that make it so that instead of speaking to 100 million people, and then instead of drilling down to like an entrepreneur, drill down to like executives in software who also relate to that problem, so on and so forth. That video probably has less upside from a viewership standpoint, but like we were talking about earlier, they're going to be much more impactful viewers.
Colin, this has been amazing. I feel like you've broken down so many aspects of what it means to take short form seriously. But if we zoom out, right? If we win on Instagram and TikTok, it has a broader purpose, right? We're trying to build a business and drive revenue. How do you think about that?
I think that, so for me personally, I've done a lot of businesses in my career. And as a starting point, I will never again do a business where I don't have short form as like the primary driver of getting attention, leads, and the overall marketing strategy. It's that big of a deal.
That's huge to apply it in all these different areas. What that tells me is if you already have a business that's successful, you can layer short form on top of that and get some huge returns. What I'm curious about is we've covered a bunch of examples. I think people understand how, if they were a traditional creator coming into short form, or they're just getting started, like why it would matter. But what about in the business space? Are there any examples of someone going through Cut 30 who's like, I don't know, applied it in an area that you totally wouldn't expect, or like it actually worked in their industry where you're like, short form would never make sense?
Often we get the question of like, will this work for X? And my answer is always like, if humans are your buyers, then you're in good shape, right? With this, a recent example of this guy that's crushing is a dentist. Okay. You got a dentist. Not the most exciting thing in the world. Extremely relatable though, because everybody uses a dentist, right? Humans use a dentist. And he's blown up his practice and his TikTok with these very, very simple call and response videos where he has someone off camera ask him, like, name a product or a trend or a service. We call them expert rating videos. And then he gives it a very quick response, his opinion on it, rates it 1 to 10, and then the next one. And these videos are absolutely ripping for him.